Right, so we have now got to the end of the row. We've literally got this last little bit here left, which is the beginning chain. You remember when we made the chain and then we had to miss 6 chains and then start the stitch? This is what this bit is here. So what we're going to do is, once you've done all the chain 4s like this into the spaces, and you've done the 4 double crochet in triple crochet, sorry, into those gaps, you then have the last one at the end, which you will do a treble into the hole where one of the chains is. I think that's the wrong one, so it's up a bit higher. You can get as high up the chain before the next stitch, that's great. And then it's like that. So that's how it all ends, with that one chain stitch at the end there, which is said. So once you've done the chain 1 double, the treble, the chain 2, then the treble, and then you've got the chain 6 at the end, you still have the 4 there, and then you do the 1 at the end. So then what we're then going to do is we are then going to be on number 2 now of the row. So 2 seconds, I just dropped my other needle on the floor. So we are on row 2, which I have this is great, so you can put this on your finger. I haven't put it on there for now, but if you ever forget which row you're on, you just push the button. So like I'm on row 2, so I've put it on there, so when I go and I leave this project for the next video, I will still be hopefully on number 2 or number 3 or number 4, so then you can never get confused on where you are. You don't have to look back in the pattern, or if you wanted to have, you had a pattern at home and you wanted to photocopy it and write on it, that's what I do. I take a photocopy of all my patterns and I just scribble all over them and I just mark which row I'm on. But that's completely up to you. If you have one of these, it's great. If not, however you want to do it. But here is row 2. So then what we do is we then chain 4. So then we go like we did at the beginning. 1, 2, 3 and 4. So there's the 4 chains. You then turn, so you make sure that you always have to turn. So you go from there to there and you always turn your work. So then for chain 2, this row 2, the chain 4 will class as 1 treble and a chain space. So you wouldn't need to make an extra chain for the space. That will be the space, that will be the one for the chain space. So then what you then do is, it says you then 1 treble into the space between the first chain 4 and the edge stitch. So I take it will be in this little gap here. So we're just going to plonk a treble. 2 seconds. We're going to treble in between there. So that kind of makes your first V stitch. So then you just carry it on. So then when you get to, it says 1 treble in the space between the edge stitch, which I take it is that stitch, and the first group 4, you then 1 treble, and then you then chain the 2, and then you do the 1 treble again in between the 4 gaps. So it will be in there. So what you'll do is you've done those. You then go into that one, you then do the chain 2, and then you do another one. So there's the second V. The first V here, that doesn't look very nice at the moment, but it will do as you keep going up. It'll get better. You then don't do no chains, you just skip over the 4. So then as it says, you do the chain 4, you class that as a treble crochet and a chain 1, and then you do the 1 treble into the space between the edge stitch and the first 4, which was, there's the first 4, so it's got to be in that gap. And then it then says 1 treble, chain 2, 1 treble into each space between the 4 groups. So that will be how this works. So then we just do the same as we normally do, and we just do that, chain 2, and then back in again into there after the next 4. Do that, just do the chain 2 and then 1 back in. And that's literally the same as what we were doing on the stitch before the 4 trebles. So we were doing that on the foundation row, and we're doing exactly the same, which I think is going to be exactly the same as row 4. If you want a copy of what row 4 will be, actually sorry, row 3, yeah, I think we're on row 3, sorry. So row 3 will be chain 3, class that as a 1 treble again, and then you just do 2 trebles into the chain 1 space, and then you then go with 4 trebles into each of the chain 2 spaces, 3 into the 4 chain spaces. So what you're doing is you're getting a bit bigger, so there's a little bit more to that as it goes on. But what I'll do is I can go back to those ones. So if we do the foundation stitch, the first stitch and the second stitch, so these are all the first rows. So the foundation row is the so we've done the chains, we've done the first row, which is the V stitch, we've then done the first row, which is the 4, and then we are on the second row now, which again is the chain 4, which classes as a treble and the chain, and then the 1 into the spaces in between, and then 1 treble, the chain 2, the 1 treble, then over to the next, skip the next 4, the treble, the chain 2, and then the treble again, and you're just going to keep going along like that. And then as you get to the end, it literally says you do the same, 1 into the 4 gaps, and then you do a 1 treble, a chain 1, and then a 1 treble into the space between the last 4 groups. So then if you get to the end, what you would do then is, by the looks of it, is what it is saying is, yeah, so you will do a 1 treble, a chain 1, and a 1 treble into the space between the last 4 groups, which would be that gap there, the one where we done the chains originally on the row before. So you would just do the V in there, and that would be pretty much. So we do the first 2 rows now, and what I'll do is I will come back and once I finish this, the next video we will do hopefully the next 2 rows, and then we'll be going on to the shapes. We'll be shaping all the sides and everything, and then it depends on what row you're doing, what size you're doing. If you're doing the 12 to 18, 18 to 24, or the 2 to 3 year old, what you'll do is I have, once we finish the shape sizes, we've got the 4th size and the 5th size will be 1 row, and then the 1st, 2nd and 3rd row I will do. So I will talk you through each row as if you were doing the last 3 ages, or you were doing the last 2 ages, or if you were doing the last 3 the first 3 ages. So the first 3 ages is what we will be doing with my one. But what I'll be doing is I'll talk you through the 4th and the 5th size, if that is the size that you are doing. Okay, but that is all for today. I hope that this was easy enough. This is my first lesson, so I do apologize if it wasn't as detailed and as good as it was. Just let me know if you need it a little bit slower. I tried to hopefully do it as slow as I could. As I said, this is my first time and I am a little bit new. Like, I'm used to doing it by myself. I'm not used to normally teaching. So yeah, so hopefully as it goes on, this hopefully is what yours is looking like to start with. If there's any problems or any questions, do message me directly, or do go onto the video underneath and just say help, or how did I do this bit again, and I can always talk you through it. Or if it's anybody that I know who's watching this, because I know one of the women that I do my craft club with, she you know, she said she's now following me, so if she wants to have a go at this and she's not sure, she can always wait until we see each other every other Friday, and I can help her with that and we can go through it together. But yeah, do hopefully stick along and do hopefully watch as I go along, and we hopefully should have a nice dress done. I'm hoping it will get done before Christmas. I doubt it will, because I've got a few things like with work and everything, and I've just a few things going on, so I'm hoping that we'll try and get this done as quick as we can. But do bear with me, and if you do need any help and you do say, oi, I've done that, I really want to go on to the next bit, as I said, just ask me and we'll try and see if we can get it all done and get it all ready. And if you need it for a Christmas present, I know it's a bit short notice, but you can do that. Just give me a message or anything, or hopefully do help my page grow a bit higher and give me some more followers, and just help me get out there a little bit more. And I will do different patterns. As soon as we finish one, I will go on to another pattern and I'll do a tutorial. Hopefully by then you've learned how to do the stitches, and you've made yourself a dress, or you've made whatever we're making at the time, and you've got yours done, and you could do it really well. That you will then stick along with me as I go along on my videos and go along on my tutorials, that you will hopefully be a pro, like, well, not like me, but you'll be a pro and you'll be able to do it. But this is what we will end up hopefully having it look like, just not the blue. I did like the blue, and my mum did like the blue as well, but I just don't know where the blue comes from, and you know, I don't really want to have to be buying more yarn and more yarn, even though I do like to do that. I don't think my partner or my mum or anyone else would be very happy with me buying more when I've got enough at home as it is. But yeah, do stick along as we carry on with this pattern. So this is the name of it again. If you do need any help, or if you do want to buy the pattern, you can always just use that code, and you can always just find it on Google. And if you decide you get a bit fed up with waiting for me, go along, just do it. And if you need any help, just let me know. But that's it, guys. Thank you.